Hi everyone, my name is Kin and welcome to the BIM Academy. Today we'll be covering the module Basic Documentation Sets. This module explains the basics of drawing documentation. We will explore a project in the BIM project browser panel and place 2D drawings generated from our BIM model onto sheets. To explore a more elaborated BIM project and to learn more about the advanced options of the BIM project browser, see the BIM Advanced Training Manual. The Info tab. So first, let's open the model 08_master.dwg. You should see two XREF models, and on the left-hand side of the screen, click on the BIM project browser panel. If you don't have this panel, make sure it's turned on over here. You can slide the panel to adjust the width to make sure you have all the information covered, and this tab generally contains information about the current project and is split up into 4 categories. So the Info tab contains the project admin and project control categories, and these contain the names of the project and the database and sheet set to be used by the project. The sheet set custom properties and sheet custom properties categories hold properties which can be used by title blocks on sheet, and properties in these categories can be added, edited, or even deleted simply by clicking the custom properties button at the bottom over here. Now let's go on to the Sheets tab. The Sheets tab shows an overview of the sheets in the project and the different generated section results on these sheets. For now, this tab is empty, but we'll add sheets further in this chapter. For now, simply note that the blue plus button at the bottom here of the Sheets tab. With this, it is possible to add a new subset to the sheet set or add new sheets to the sheet set or selected subset. When there are subsets and sheets in projects, right-clicking them will simply open the context menu. Okay, now let's go on to the Sheets tab. The Sheets tab shows an overview of the sheets in the project and the different generated section results on these sheets. For now, this tab is empty, but we'll add sheets further in this chapter. For now, simply note that the blue plus button at the bottom here allows you to add a new subset or to simply add new sheets to a sheet set or within selected new subset. When there are subsets and sheets in the project, simply right-clicking them will open the context menu. For the sheets, the context menu will have the following options: Sheet Properties, Open Sheet, Copy Sheet, Remove Sheet, Update Now, and Update in Background. For more information on these, you can check out the BIM Basic Training Manual Guide, where it contains further instructions on these controls. If you double-click on the sheet here, it will perform the same action as opening a sheet with the right-click menu. When changes to the models in this project are made, the generated section results based on these modules get out of date, so they have to be updated. And in order to update the drawings automatically, you can do so in the BIM project browser menu by simply clicking Update in Background. This is the automatic version of updating it. Should you choose to update it manually, simply click Update Now. Okay, let's move on to sections and views. In this tab, it shows the list of all the project sections grouped by type: floor plans, elevations, or sections. Whether a BIM section entity is considered a project section, it depends on the section entity's project section property. Right-clicking a project section will open the context menu, just like how you do on Sheets, which allows you to do the following things. Select section entity. You can choose to rename it, display section result, and also whether to update now or to update in background. If you have got a sheet open, the context menu contains an extra control called Generate on the current sheet, which allows you to generate the section result on the currently active sheet, which is called New Sheet in this instance over here. Likewise, double-clicking on the section entity would be the same as right-clicking it and select entity. select section entity. And you can see now that this is a floor plan. Hence, it's placed in this category. Okay, let's move on to the Files tab. The Files tab shows all the files that are located inside the project folder on your machine. They include drawings, such as your master models, XREFs, sheets, and other drawings. And they are in the .dwg form. It will also include your database in a .bsyslit format, sheet set in a .dst, and also templates in a .dwt format. The Files tab can also include files such as schedules, scripts, and images. For more information, please check out our BIM Academy manual, both the basic and advanced, where they contain more information on the file format that could be included into the Files tab. Like before, right-clicking on the file will open a context menu, and it's dependent on the type of files. So for .dwg, you have the control to delete it. And for schedules, you can also rename it. For .dwg drawings, the first option in the right-click menu is marked as Master Model, which makes the drawing a master drawing. You can see 08_master is already marked as a master model. So the control on the context menu allows me to unmark it as a master model. A master model means that any section or 3D view defined in that drawing or in one of its XREFs will be listed in the Sections and Views tab. Multiple drawings can be master drawings. Pressing the blue plus button at the bottom of the tab will give you the following options. New Schedule, which opens the Schedule Wizard dialog box. Import Schedules, to import any existing schedules that you wish to bring into the project. New Type Plan opens the BIM Type Plan editor that allows you to create a new type plan out of a drawing customization and a text customization. Import Type Plan allows you to import an existing type plan configuration. Import Script, which allows you to import either a Python or a list routine. And lastly, Import Templates, which allows you to import any existing templates that you wish to bring into the project. All these will be covered in the BIM Advanced and Customized trainings. And if you would like to learn more about them, you can always visit their training manuals respectively. Okay, sheets are set up. How do I create sheets from existing section entities? So to create sheets, we will go to the BIM project browser and select the option Sheet Set Setup. And you'll find a dialog box opening up. In this dialog, we can see a list of viewports that can be created, a list of our sections, and a preview of how the sections will be placed onto the sheets. The dialog basically contains 5 parts. You've got the general info at the top that shows the path of your sheet set associated with the project. You'll also find the sheet set template that is being used. You can also specify your own here if you wish to, and you will see the options for choosing the paper layout that your .dwt has. If you choose a layout from template, it will look at the template for the sheets to find all the available layouts and list them in the drop down below. You can also choose to create a layout from scratch by choosing a plotter, a paper size, and your paper orientation. For this exercise, I'll simply choose A1. And in the Viewports tab, you will see all the sections, the view names, orientation, and all the important information. I'll next move on to the sections to check through that the scale is correct, etc. And a general preview of how they will look when they're placed onto the sheets. In the configuration, you will find that there are some naming options that has already been defined. These are by default, but you can always change them. You can also specify the margin should you have an unusual title block. In this project, we will leave the default settings for the configuration and simply create sheets. When I go onto the Sheets tab, you'll realize that all the sheets have been automatically created. And this is how you actually create sheets in a BIM project in BricsCAD BIM. Okay, let's add some new section entities. So as you know, 08 Master contains two XREF models, one with section entities and one without. Let's open this one. You can open it via the quad, open XREF. You can also choose to BIMify this model via the quad, or simply manually create some section planes using the BIM section command. Let's run BIMify on this drawing. This opens the command panel, and make sure that create sections is ticked and click the apply button. You'll find that automatically that one floor plan and 4 elevations are created. If we now do a save or Q save, return to our master model and reload the attachments, you can see that the section entities appear in the drawing. Now, if we refresh the BIM project browser panel from its menu, you see that there's an update and the new sections appear in the Sections tab as well. Okay, with the new sections, how do I add them onto the new sheets? So if we go back to the section setup, the sheet set setup, you realize that you can include the new sections on some new sheets. It's the same dialog as before, but you realize that some of the views are filled in and some are empty. And in the Sections tab, that some of them already have a current destination filled in. These were the old drawings that we did previously, and these are the new drawings, the ones with an empty path for current destination. Again, we'll choose the layout from template and select layout A1. And in the Sheets tab, we should get 3 sheets, one for the plan and 2 for the elevations. No preview is shown for the sections that already have a destination file, so we'll be just working on the new drawings. Let's try and change the scale for the plan to 1:20 instead. You can either do this in the viewport or in the Sections tab. And if you change the scale to 1:20 and return to Sheets, you'll realize that the preview has turned red because it doesn't fit the sheet size anymore. So 1:20 isn't a right fit on an A1 drawing. Let's revert it back to 1:50. And now you see everything fits nicely on the A1 sheet. Hit Create Sheets and you'll find the new sheets will be created over here. And to make sure they are updated consistently, not with the orange icon as you see here, make sure to click Auto Background Updating. With this now tick, you see the orange icon starting to disappear with a revolving icon that says it's being updated in the background. Okay, in this exercise, let's make some changes to the BIM model and we'll update the floor plan accordingly. So if we open up the section, select the viewport and click Open BIM Section Model, you can quickly navigate back into the BIM model using the quad, and you're now presented with the right view that you selected earlier. So let's, for instance, take away the sofa and maybe move this chair 300 mm to the left. Also, just for a quick exercise, we can simply throw a BIM cavity wall composition, and you can see the plies updated. Now, with this latest changes, you like to save or do a Q save to make sure all the changes are acknowledged and saved within 08_building2.dwg. Let us return to A101, which is the ground floor plan. And of course, turn the background symbol back on again. This is still showing obviously the old iteration. And what you like to do now is to select the viewport and click Update Section. So now it's processing and trying to find the differences between the old and the new, and to make sure that the new information is brought correctly into the viewport. And as you can see, you can find the latest changes. Sofas disappeared, the chairs moved, and of course the composition with the right materials and the plies. So this is how you would change your 3D model and later update the floor plan. Now that all your drawings are updated to the latest iterations, we can double click into one of them to see how they're generated. You'll see that I've double clicked onto the ground floor of building 2, and that the representation looks nice, showing a cut through of the plan where the curtain wall or the window meets the walls. However, I don't see any furniture or door swings, for example. And to fix that, they are located on a BIX 2D layer in the Layers panel. If you'd like to understand more about BIX, please visit the earlier chapters to describe about the geometry and how they will appear on the layers on sheets. For the furniture, they are located under background_BIX 2D because they're not actually being cut. So if I turn on the light bulb again, you'll see them appear just as how they would be located in the 3D model. Okay, that's it for this module. I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you for watching the BIM Academy.